Perfect. Okay, cool.
And it's really funny. I still haven't decided on a name for the show.
What about I was thinking titles and tipples.
Titles and tipples. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, but my husband, he was like, nobody knows what tipples are.
I know, right?
And I'm like, oh, that's true. It's like, as much as I like using vocabulary, I don't care if people understand it or not. I'm like, use a dictionary, but
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds really interesting, tipples. So you know what? Maybe tipples is good. But I mean, books and beverages is a little boring. So titles and tipples.
Oh yeah, titles and.
Or you can even do like titles, talk, and tipples.
Titles, talk, and tipples.
Talk and tipples.
Yeah, there you go. Titles, that's a good one. I was going to say typewriters, but
what are you working on right now?
I am working on my second novel. It's a pirate parallel world. It takes place on Earth, but there's parallel worlds involved, and it's an epic fantasy. So it's got like elves and ogres and
cool.
So it's
you had me at pirates, so.
White Cat Publications picked up my first novel, and he suggested that I write an epic fantasy, and I was like, what's an epic fantasy? It's really long. It's really long, and it's really fantastical. I'm like, okay. I even Googled like, what is
epic fantasy?
I Googled the simplest things, and the answer when it pops up, but I cover all my bases, and so I thought about it, and then in our meeting I asked, well, what about pirates? Can I write a fantasy novel about pirates? And
how do you feel about
absolutely, pirates are great.
Awesome. So pirates are great.
Yeah. And so
fantasy pirates are the best. Yeah. I love pirates. I always think of Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean as like the epitome of the best pirate ever. But there's so many cool things you can do with that whole genre of pirate fantasy, and the hero, anti-hero. It's very cool.
Yeah, and the mythology is always fun. The monsters.
Yeah.
And there's this magical aspect, but there's like this realistic aspect too. That so you kind of dwell in like, what the world was like in the 1700s, A
couple waiting for me right now that I've got to get to, but work's been super busy, and it's like, when am I going to get a chance to get to these books? But between the writing and the work and it doesn't leave a whole lot of time for much else right now. But people, I try to keep it light. I've never really posted about politics or anything super serious, because I know people get enough of that everywhere else. So I try to always keep the topics really just, I'm a pretty like weird and absurd person. So I keep them kind of like that, right? Like my life is, like a Monty Python sketch. So that's how I write. But you know what they say about a million monkeys and a million typewriters, right?
Yeah. And I think it's basically, there's nothing new. We're not going to write about anything new. It's just we're going to present it in a different way. And can we present it in an exciting enough way and in enough of a different way to make it new?
What did I see? I saw the other day somebody did a comparison and was like, Harry Potter is actually Star Wars.
Oh, gosh.
Did you see that? Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. They track back. They show you they parallel, like just to prove like in terms of archetypes, right?
Sure.
But they're really like everything that we write is based on the same archetypes, and there's really not much that's new.
Right? That's great.
Although I am working on the sequel. I put up the seventh devil behind me. Like, can you see?
I actually you don't have to move because the eyes are.
Yeah, I'm kind of like right in the middle of it. Yeah.
So, what was my point? And so, I really lost my point. I'm going to have to edit this because
It's okay. I'm just enjoying listening to you talk about it. I mean, I think, you don't want to give it away, right? Because, there's that sense of if too many people know about it, then you can't pivot.
Yeah.
When you have to.
I'm going to have to think about this for a second because I had a point. what were we talking about right before?
We're talking about like really good endings of Breaking Bad and devolving and evolving.
Oh, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, this will definitely be edited.
That's okay. I've been rambling a bit too, so I don't know. You can edit me. You can edit me any way you want. And I don't know the spoilers. By the way, Game of Thrones ends like this. No.
Oh, that's what it was. Game of Thrones. Oh, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
That was great. So I had a friend that when I finally started telling people that I was writing a novel, he looked at me and he said, "Whatever you do, don't end it the way Game of Thrones ended."
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So I don't
do it. Don't do it.